Hello everyone, my name is Mehul Patel. Right now I'm enrolled in the fourth semester of ITSS program in the Waterloo campus, and today I got an opportunity to deliver a presentation regarding one of the subject, which is children and computers. That is a part of my final assignment in advanced topics in information technology course. Now, talking how computer plays a role in children life. Now, they are very computers play a very vital role in academic and mental children. First, if we talk about the effects of computers, so uh, the computers may serve as a tutor, they may serve as an assistant, they serve as a coach to the childrens nowadays. It may offer experiential learning opportunities to many children by allowing simulation, microworlds, hypertext, word processing, and data analysis tools they have. The second is they also play a role of experiential learning. The experiential learning means they can increase the effectiveness of traditional instruction, but they also provides opportunities for learning powerful intellectual skills which are not explicitly represented in the curriculum nowadays. Thus, the computer is seen as an exploratory learning environment activities which are designed to encourage active experiential learning to the kids. Talking about some of the advantages children can have by using computers is computers provide a source of educational entertainment for children. Like we've heard about the apps like Duolingo, which allows children to begin learning a foreign language, so at a smaller age they can have an access or they can learn many foreign languages. Apps like Dragonbox teaches us the fundamental of mathematics. An app called Science 360 offers videos, photographs, and news story to explore advanced scientific concept. And you'll always find spelling games and puzzle games, which will give more fun to the students or children. Then second advantage is technology prepares children for future. Technology will continue evolving. It isn't going to stop anyway. Exposing children to technological concepts early prepares them for a future where they can remain productive. Programs like ABC Mouse allow children to be ready for school while promoting cognitive developments. Sites like Zones are used by schools to teach educational concepts. So there are many tools which make it possible for children to prepare for math, reading, science, and other languages and art subjects. So that way it prepares students for technology in the future. The second is third is using technology improves hand and eye coordination, like programs and apps which encourages engagement, further developing a child's hand-eye coordination. Their eye tracking improves with the technology use as they follow objects on the screen or participate in an application activity. This skill translates into a better reading and writing while in school, because the kids are accompanied with using the hands and eyes as ways to understand and communicate with each other. The fourth is a language skill improves by using technology. Nowadays, there are numerous opportunities to develop a languaging skill because of the technology. Games require them to follow specific instruction for success. Children can read ebooks as a way to improve their vocabulary or stories which are entertaining. Online flashcard games promote phonics and mathematical concepts. So in that way, they will improve their language, their technical skills towards the future technology. They also provide a faster, better decision making skill. Like kids who play video game regularly reduces the susceptibility to biases by over 20 to 30% in immediate effect or testing. Even after a 2 month break from playing them, the reduction in incidence bias is higher than 20%. So, a research published in an article in the newspaper suggested that kids who regularly play video games make faster decisions during critical incidents in their life. So, their decision making skills are consistently good as well when compared to children who don't play games. So, in that way, it creates them making faster decision making skills. And the next is like they help technology helps children learn other skills or develop natural talents. Now, how they can do like we can illustrate that just as children in previous generation use word processor, typewriters, and graphic tables, we've always used technology of our era to support personal pursuit in some way, whether a children wants to learn how to play a musical instrument or to write a short story or to communicate with their family members by using many tools for which are available like video calling, messaging, and so etc. They stay connected with themselves and then and their families because of what is available to them today. So in many ways we can see that the use of computers have a positive impact on children's nowadays. To the kids. Now, computer also acts as a personal tutor, as I talked earlier. So, how they act as a personal tutor? If we talk about that every student or every children, they are not having the same pace of learning. So everyone has a different speed of learning. So some students might miss or they might be behind in the class. So to get back to the track, they can watch many videos or audios or learning methodologies on computers so they can have a better idea of what was taught in the class or what they can do better. Okay, so in that way they act as a personal tutor to them. Now the second point is like computer motivates the children. How they motivate that in a way like they can teach geometry with computer graphic presentation of rotating triangles. They can demonstrate axioms graphically by letting children create a triangle, bisect it, and build complementary angles in the format of a game. So we can say that with the more increased computer use in schools, it will definitely produce increase in cooperation and collaboration among the children, which will lead to a meaningful and intellectual discussion among them. It is hoped that the computer may increase equality of educational opportunities to many students. Like they permit the student to learn at their own speed, individually and privately. It may prove a special boon to those students who are weak at the learning because the computers are never partial. They are favoring everyone at any moment they need. So in that way, they give motivation to children nowadays. Now, they also computers also help children's who are special kids who required special needs. Like we heard about the Logo app, which has been found particularly effective in increasing the knowledge of disabled children by engaging them in the learning. Properly used computer assistant instruction might provide similar benefits, at least in the primary grades for the student. This suggests that the experience with the computer transfer to regular classroom group activity. Students' attitudes towards learning were also reported positively effective by the use of the computers. Kindergartens effectively learn how to read, write better than those compares to children not having computers. Even we have heard about like the deaf children as young as 3 to 5 years have improved their writing, reading, and general communication skills by composing with a spatial keyboard that included animation of color pictures and presentations. Computers provided a dynamic way of drawing and exploring geometrical concepts. For example, if you talk about a box function which allows them to draw a rectangle by scratching an electronic rubber band. So using this scratching process gives children a different perspective on geometric figures. The area fill function which fills closed regions with color prompts children to reflect on topological features of the shapes, such as closure, as the consequences of action rather than merely as characteristics of static shapes. So, the power of such drawing tools lies in the possibility that children will internalize the function and construct the new way of learning by having the computer as a tool. Now talking about how computers are multi-purpose tool. Like you can learn a lot of things by having a computer. You can learn like a word processing tool which improves an ability of a kid to improve their grammar, how to paraphrase something, how to start writing a letter, or how to document a report, and etc. Features are there in word processing tool. The second is like PowerPoint, which makes students or children more accurate on presenting their presentation on a research subject and provides a better way of demonstrating it among their teachers. Like tools like Excel, they provide a dynamic way of learning mathematical techniques. Like we have seen that with the use of many function they can solve a complex mathematical solution. Even with the help of Excel you can learn how to learn the graph are the way that represent pictorial way of representing the data. So in that way they can learn, because some kids are not used to numbers, they get frightened of numbers, so you can explain them the concept by using the graphs, which is an excellent tool in Microsoft Excel. So apart from that, there are many other softwares and applications which are being provided to the children to improve their drawing skills, their art skill, their photography skill. Like you heard about the Photoshop application, which allows us to create an interactive photographs, how to create a better looks of pictures, how to modify pictures, how to join pictures. Okay, so in that way, they in a small age or in an age of growing, they can learn how to use this technology. They can even start using like painting tools like Paintbrush and Paint Pro, etc. So they can figure out how their skills are and how that will reflect in the future by having computer as an help with them. Now, if we talk about some of the cons or disadvantages of computer in a children's life, that how they affect children nowadays, like using computers for a so long time has suggested that the weight of the students get or the weight of the children get increased by at least 50%. So it's been double as compared to last 20 years. So if they spend more time on computers and less time on physical activities, this is supposed to be happen. So it's a big concern nowadays that how they can avoid this situation. The second disadvantage is like it creates a personal social disconnect. Using technology to form relationship makes it more challenging to do the same in the real life. Children who spend much of their time on the screen have fewer personal interaction with others, which makes them less likely to be empathic to the needs other people have. So they have difficulty forming friendship and have lacking their social skills to build relationship because of the excess use of computers. The third is like relying on computers reduces the imagination of a child. Imagination role creates a positive impact on the development of a child. It encourages them to test the limits of their knowledge and their abilities they have inside them. They find confidence in themselves to solve problems, become resilient to challenges, and develop practical strategies to cope with the frustration, anger, and fear. So, technology does not provide these benefits at the same level. So, because it shows a child imagery instead of encouraging them to imagine by their own vision or by their own skills. So in that way, that this is also one of the big drawback children using computers. The third one is like we can say like kids struggle with the time management when using technology. So they spend much of their time on computers. In that way, they are not very order in a time, so they can't do their activities on a time-based schedule. So their environment doesn't include an element called time. So by reducing the access time, by setting on the computers, we can focus them on more activities which are in front of them. So in that way, that can be avoided by using that. The others is parents have a cost element to consider when introducing computers to their kids. So in today's era, not every parent can afford computer to every kid in their family. So if you want to an Apple product like your tablet, even may cost like $400, or if you have a Mac, that may cost like $1,000 or something like that. So home with financial means will experience more of the advantage with their children using technology, because they will have access to more resources and more devices, which will give a disadvantage to those students who come from poor background, or even from rural areas where technology access is somewhat restricted. So in many ways, it has some negative impacts too. But talking like if we want to give a conclusion, I can say that that talking about many disadvantages, there are a lot of advantages which covers or which can eliminate the disadvantages. So it is very important for each and every parent to be aware that what are the negative and positive impact of computers on a children's development. So in that way, they can restrict the hours children spend on computers, and they can have a supervision on children that what they are doing on computers. So that will give a positive, and that will create a positive future for the students too. So even the bottom line is that parents should be more attached with the kids when they're working on computers. They should look at what they're doing and what they're not doing. They're not reaching to some other sites or unsecured sites which they should not have in this era of age. So that is I want to conclude at the end that this is the responsibility of every children in every parent in children's life to make their children's future more bright. So thank you for the presentation, and thank you for the listening, and hope you have a nice day. Thank you.